Well, to speak more on this, financial economist Paul Alaje joins me via phone call. Now, Mr. Alaje, it's quite unusual for parliamentarians to sit at this time of the year because they are supposed to be on holidays. But then again, the budget has been passed. Did the determination of the Senate come as a surprise to you?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Alaje. If you can hear me, I asked that I said earlier that it's quite unusual for parliamentarians to sit at this time of the year because they are supposed to be on holidays. But then again, the budget has been passed. Now, did the determination of the Senate come as a surprise to you?
Well, yeah, I can say I have mixed feelings. I was not really surprised. I was surprised at the same time. When you look at the time to the end of the year, 2 to 3 days to the end of the year, we have seen the Senate abandoned the 2023 budget because of some errors they noticed on the part of the executive. Now, when you see what was passed today, the speed with which it was passed, one may have some kind of reservation. But again, when you now look at the content of the budget, namely water resources works, which of course took the lion's share, the significant part of the money that was approved, then you know that perhaps there is something called target that many of us are not so much aware about.
All right. Now, the lawmakers passed a supplementary budget of 819 billion naira, which is to cushion flood effects and complete critical projects. Now, with this budget size, would you expect that the lives of Nigerians will be impacted, or is it all just a farce? What do you make of this budget?
Well, I'm not sure I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Alaje, I asked that the lawmakers now have passed the supplementary budget of 819 billion naira, which is meant to cushion flood effects and complete critical projects. Now, with this budget size, would you expect that the lives of Nigerians will be impacted, or is it all just a farce? What do you make of this budget?
Well, the line is breaking. I just know you spoke about the supplementary budget. That was passed over 800 billion, which we have in the report. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you're referring to. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm referring to.
So when you look at the budget that's been passed, we are going to be financing it solely by debt. It's going to be it's going to be debt finance, which means our debt to GDP is going to increase significantly. Revenue to debt, we're also going to be worse off. We've seen the good intention on the part of government to complete some ongoing projects, as it has been mentioned by government. The real thing is, for most of the monies we are collecting, how are we going to pay back? I also need to encourage those in authority to know that, yes, it's important for us to improve expenditure. But what seems to be more important now is how we generate enough revenue to finance most of this expenditure that are very critical. I also think that at this time of the year, it would just make sense for authorities to push this money to 2023 budget. But maybe because of bottlenecks that usually experience when a new budget is being passed, going through some normal processes and procedure, maybe that is why this one, quote and unquote, was fused in into 2022. What we know is that this adjustment cannot happen until 2023. And I also think because this 2023 budget has been rejected, returned back to the to the executive, as the legislature decided to pass this. We have seen information from different headquarters that this budget being passed could be used for election. But we assume that what government said this money will be used for is what it will be used for, without having some guesses. But of course, government has recently launched an app which we can use to track expenditure and also performances of projects. So since these are majorly capital projects, according to what we have and what is being passed, all Nigerians can just go, download the app, and follow up with government as to how this money is expended.
Well, Paul Alaje, financial economist, many thanks for your time and contribution.